The outdoor lifestyle sometimes is about going on adventures and occasionally taking risks. We brought our Hitchfire Grill along to take a few risks with our friends at a very special Orvis Lodge, and we're gonna show you how that turned out. There's some great cooking experiences. This place has breathtaking views, and it's the adventure of a lifetime, memories you'll never forget, and I'm gonna show you how you can tap into some of that. Here we go. I did not want to shoot this video. Did not want to shoot this video because if I do this video, I'm giving away one of the best fishing locations in the United States. And you guys are gonna know. And then there's more pressure on the water and there's less fish for me to catch. But we've got a special opportunity here today. I'm at a very special place that's gonna tie all of this together. We've got a grill that we're gonna showcase, and we're gonna also showcase the lodge behind me. And we're gonna get into how all of that ties to the Parts Counter Gurus, and that's coming up right now. This is Steve. Hey Steve.
What's going on?
One of the hosts here at, you're gonna have to help me out with this, the White River Inn, which is, why am I doing this? You could do it. What is this place?
Well, we are an Orvis endorsed fly fishing lodge. They're actually the only one that's found in Arkansas, right here on the White River. We're actually 300 feet above the White River. We're on a bluff right in the back of the lodge, and you get quite a vista.
So why would guys that specialize in the automotive industry be here doing content at an Orvis fishing lodge? And I can actually answer that question. I'm interviewing myself here, Steve. But so we have a partner of ours, which is Hitchfire, the grill, that happens to be hooked up behind me to this beautiful van. We're gonna do something fun today. We're gonna do a fun experiment, because if you guys do come visit, and I encourage you to do that, and we're gonna get into all the details soon about how you do that, you're gonna experience some amazing food.
Absolutely.
Steve knows this, yep. And so Steve's counterpart, Elisabeth, who will join us in a few minutes, is gonna use that grill, and we're gonna see if we can put it to the test and it lives up to her standard, because the meals here are, has anybody ever told you that their favorite part of the stay here is the food?
A few times.
Yeah, so that is absolutely true. It is not just the fantastic fishing. The food is also a big part of it. Now, this thing behind us, which is gonna double as a food truck today, I guess, because we've got our grill hooked up to the hitch. What do you do with this thing?
Well, this van is what we use to shuttle all of our guests to and from the river. And it makes us a little bit different from some other lodges where the guides would typically come up and meet you. We find out what the guides are going to want to put in for the day, and then we'll, after breakfast, shuttle you down to the river, to their specified spot. And they should already have their boats untrailered in the water, and it's you just hop out of the van and you hop into the boat and you're off and going, unless you need to get rigged up.
And you know, Steve, so one of the things that I know that you guys are going to learn throughout this is Steve's great at kind of managing all that, and it's a pretty great experience. So, are you ready to get into this to see what kind of fun we can get into?
Absolutely.
All right, guys, here we go. So we're down here on the White River, if I can say it, and I'm with Elisabeth, and I gave Steve the camera, and I'm making Steve be our cameraman. I wanted to challenge Elisabeth, who is great at meals, because, so what better to do to somebody that needs to up their game than to bring them out here next to the river and see if they can cook on the Hitchfire Grill while we're at the river. So what's the meal? What are you working on?
I have a 18-ounce ribeye steak with grilled shrimp, with asparagus and roasted potatoes. And then I'm also going to do a grilled chicken with pineapple, pico, and a little bit of jack cheese.
And so we're going to see if we can pull all of that off on this grill. Keep watching. Here we go.
Ready?
All right, so while Elisabeth is working in the background, I want to talk to Steve. You're going to meet Steve if you come be a guest, which I encourage you to do. But let's talk about what the guest experience is like, because it is a lifetime bucket list thing. Okay, so I'm going to come stay at the inn, and this is the White River behind us. Presumably, I would come here to fish for what kind of fish?
Well, primarily trout is what you'll be finding in the White River. There's at least 4 species of trout that have been stocked by the Arkansas Game and Fish. The most prevalent fish that we have out in the river will be the rainbow. Average size is anywhere between 12 and 16 inches. The next fish, which is where most of the people are coming, is for the trophy browns. They average, somewhere between 14 and 20 inches.
Yep.
We also have brook trout and cutthroat that are here out.
There's a chance you could catch any of these depending on kind of where you're fishing in the. Oh, by the way, do I have to go look for these fish on my own?
Oh no, so we're an all-inclusive lodge, and so that will include, you know, all of the lodging, all of the meals that Elisabeth will prepare, but the 8-hour day of guided fishing, depending on how long you're going to stay, also comes with the package. And that includes all the rods, reels, terminal tackle that you would need.
So I don't need to bring my own fishing gear.
If you have your own gear, there's no reason not to bring it, but you don't need to. It's not a necessity. The prerequisites that you would want to bring along would be sunscreen, a good pair of polarized sunglasses, rain gear, top and bottom, and your appetite.
Now, yeah, so, and we're getting to that. Now, these are the guys that basically have been on this river for a good long time. They know the river. They bring their boats. You take folks down to the river. You get on the boat. You guys pack them a lunch usually. Guys, these guides know where the fish are. And so they're gonna give you great tips. I've done it. We'll go up into areas that they'll have us try. They'll help you if it's a father-son experience, which is a great outing, and you've got somebody that's kind of learning. We're all learning. They're fantastic for that. Steve's superpower, and I know this stresses you out a little bit, but Steve is really good at lining up guides for you. So when you call and talk to Steve and book, you're going to have that conversation, and Steve's going to put you with a guide, and there you go.
Oh, absolutely. And we get people that have never touched a fly rod to people that have been angling their entire life. And one of the benefits of the White River is it has the challenges for the experienced angler, but it also is accessible for someone that is just learning.
Yeah, so if rainbow are probably, I don't know, would you say those are the most common thing to catch for beginners, probably?
Well, you know, there's the thing called beginner's luck.
Yeah, right, okay. I know, yeah,
and there's a lot of guys and gals that come out and catch a monster big fish on the first time. So I'd rather be lucky than good for sure. And out here on the White, you never know what the day will have for you.
So we're gonna make sure that we put some info in the description, but we'll also mention some links here as we go. Keep watching, you guys. Elisabeth, how's it going?
It's going well.
How's the grill doing? And I know that's a loaded question here because this is one of our guests in the video, and we're gonna tell you guys how you can get one of these. Keep watching. You're pulling this off. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Is it getting hot enough for you?
It is.
Please say yes.
It's holding its temperature, especially when the lid is down.
Okay.
Everything's cooking fairly evenly. So
you guys, we weren't sure.
Up on this.
Elisabeth brought the cookware, and she had not seen this grill before. Literally, we hooked it up, and she already had the meal plan, but she hadn't had the lid open. And we kind of had a conversation on should we use the cookware or not. It's working. Mm-hmm. It's working. And for those of you that are paying close attention, we got steak and chicken happening at the same time.
And shrimp.
We've got shrimp going, we got potatoes going, we got beans going in the background, right?
Yep.
So at least I know what I'm about to eat. All right. So I'm gonna talk about the grill for a second while Elisabeth's trying to use it. So this is the Hitchfire Grill. It is a product that we've been partnered with for probably about 6 months. We've used it at shows. It's pretty great. Elisabeth was saying while the camera was not rolling that she was actually surprised by it being better than she thought. So this is a good grill. There's a drip tray in the back. You've got your folding storage tables. Thank you. You got a thermometer on the front if you need to watch the temps for any reason. Steve is doing fantastic camera work right now. Steve, when you signed up for the job as host at the end, did you know you were going to also be social media camera guy?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, there you go. And got 2 separate small propane tank controls. These are the Camp Green propane tanks that this thing runs off of, and you've got your burner controls over here. It's got automatic ignition. We did bring a long-handled lighter, but we ended up not needing it. So the green, you can hear me dinging on them there, but you can also use a large propane tank with a hose and it'll go into the back of these. The lid locks, and this, if you'll notice, is on a swing out arm. So we've got our van here, this is the van that you guys are gonna use when you come stay, but we needed to get the doors open, so I swung the back of the grill out, which you can do. It locks in and out of place, and that allows you to access whatever's in your van. I don't know, you guys you're keeping fishing gear and tackle in the van, I would expect, right? If you're here. So just some quick overview features while Elisabeth's working that I thought you guys might like to know.
And it heats up very fast.
There you go.
No time at all.
pro tip, and like we knew this all along, but it actually just occurred to us. So that you guys that use these for tailgating, yeah, you can travel with it hooked up to your hitch receiver. Absolutely, it does lock in place. But here's the secret feature that you didn't think about that this grill's great for. These things get hot. What are you gonna do with a hot grill once you're done using it? If it's a traditional grill, you gotta put it in the bed of your truck or in your van, and that's not gonna be fun. So one of the advantages that this thing has over a traditional grill is you flip it back into place, you lock it, you take off, it cools down while you're driving down the road. It's kind of a nice feature. I was prepared to do this whole, let's see how the food turned out, and talk about how great it was. I think we're gonna do this a better way. I want you guys to see how this ended up. Here we go. You ready? Look at this. Look at this. I had no idea that this was gonna come out this good off of that grill. And if that is not a testament to two things, the talent behind this and that grill itself, I don't know what is. This is amazing. Look at that. And there were not just one meal made, there were two off of that one grill together in real time. Steve's over here. I'm asking Steve.
True enough.
Right? Yeah, there's your proof. This is a testament to two things. Number one, the talent behind the meal prep, which I had nothing to do with. That was all Elisabeth. And that grill, which did this. Look at this. Look at that. Now, if that doesn't make you want to come here, think about that. That's what she did outdoors. Okay? On an outdoor grill. Imagine how good the food is in her kitchen. That's all I'm saying.
I'm very impressed grill. It was amazing to cook on it, and I can cook different proteins and different sides. Easy peasy. It heats up very fast. I think we're gonna have to add that to our camping gear. So
Still eating.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be here a while.